back to 6 and 6, where we cover 6 stories from around the world in 6 minutes or less. With that said, start your timer. We begin today in Peru, where the government has mandated the restart of mining activities in the northern region, which has been experiencing social unrest. This decision aims to stabilize the regional economy and restore order while addressing tensions affecting local communities. The move is critical for Peru's copper export sector and involves negotiations with local leaders and mining executives. The government is seeking to balance industrial activities with community welfare, maintain Peru's position as the leading mineral producer. From Reuters, quote, "The welfare of our citizens is a priority, and we are committed to finding a balance between industrial activities and the peace of local communities," the Minister of Energy and Mines stated. Quote, "These operations can not only enhance regional economic stability, but also bolster national exports amidst a global demand for minerals," end quote. Next, we travel across the Atlantic to Africa, where, quote, "the United Nations has called for an investigation into mass graves discovered in the Libyan migrant detention centers, highlighting severe human rights abuses. These potential extrajudicial killings are linked to the ongoing humanitarian crisis stemming from Libya's civil war conflict since 2011. The situation reveals systematic mistreatment of migrants, including torture and forced labor." From Reuters, quote, "Libya has been in turmoil since the 2011 NATO-backed uprising that ousted longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi. The resultant power vacuum and subsequent civil war have created fertile ground for human trafficking networks," end quote. Next, we travel back to the Gulf of Mexico, where, quote, "Cuban students are protesting internet rate hikes, highlighting broader economic challenges in the country. The students argue that affordable internet access is crucial to their education and professional development. These protests reflect frustrations with rising costs and limited connectivity amid U.S. sanctions and pandemic-related difficulties." From Reuters, quote, "We understand that there are challenges, but limited access to affordable internet is not the solution. It hinders our ability to learn, grow, and connect with opportunities beyond our borders," young university students said. Next, we travel across the Pacific to India, where, quote, "a devastating stampede occurred outside the cricket stadium in Bengaluru, sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, India, resulted in 7 fatalities, and a fan who sought to purchase a ticket for a highly anticipated match were trampled. The incident was characterized by massive overcrowding and inadequate crowd control measures." We have a quote from Reuters, quote, "It was chaos everywhere. People started pushing and shoving. There was no room to move or breathe," described one of the cricket fans who narrowly escaped being trampled. The local administration has been criticized for not anticipating the turnout, or failing to implement effective crowd measurement strategies, end quote. Then we travel a little bit further south. Quote, "An Australian woman is on trial for allegedly murdering three people by serving a meal containing deadly death cap mushrooms, with prosecutors arguing she intentionally poisoned her victims, while the defense claims it was an accidental event. The case centers on the woman's potential motives and complex legal challenge of proving deliberate toxic mushroom poisoning. Intense cross-examination has characterized the proceedings, with both prosecution and defense presenting contrasting narratives about the incident. From Reuters, "Your history with these victims, your past declarations, and financial motives all paint a different picture," the prosecutor asserted, challenging the defendant's credibility. The defense attorney responded by reminding the court of the presumption of innocence and emphasizing a lack of direct evidence tying the defendant to any premeditated act, end quote. And finally, we go to Europe for the end of our episode today. Bulgaria has been approved to adopt the euro currency by 2025, creating a national divide between proponents who see economic advantages and critics worried about potential negative consequences. Supporters believe Eurozone membership will enhance economic stability and attract foreign investment, while opponents fear losing monetary sovereignty and experiencing price inflation. From Reuters, quote, "A significant portion of the Bulgarian population remains skeptical about the benefits of joining the Eurozone. Many citizens fear that the adoption will lead to price hikes as seen in other countries that have joined the currency bloc." Unattributed Reuters search Sources discussing Bulgarian euros or euro adoption say, end quote. If you want to check out any of the articles in their entirety, you can find them in the link in the description below that like and subscribe button. Also down there, you can find the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Cast, and Podvine, as well as the link to the Twitter handle at Your Daily Flip, where I post the links to these episodes on Tuesday and Thursday, as well as the more U.S.-focused podcast on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, with all that said, there's only one more thing to say. Stay safe. Don't die.